up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back for Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 4, episode 4. Keke, do you love me? Are you riding? You know, all that, right?
Don't say that.
So anyway, we're getting into this. Let's recap a little bit of episode 3, Read It and Weep. We mainly had the big conflict of Mel and Martell in this book signing. That was totally Martell's fault. Scheduling this particular book signing and not going about the preparations, handling the arrangements in the appropriate fashion. And shout out to Mel, whether it's being petty or whether it is setting boundaries and standards and teaching someone how to treat you in a co-parenting relationship. That's what it was. Okay. So that is my take on it. She let him know that that's not how this works for me in my weekend with my children. Period. Now, yes, the book signing was a nice thing to do. It was an awesome thing to do. Putting them as co-writers, co-authors on the book. Fantastic, fabulous. I'm not taking any of that from him. But, and there's a very big but, that's where the buck stops. You want to schedule a book signing on a weekend that you don't have the children and you don't go about the arrangements correctly. That is on you, my brother. And this is not the end all be all. It's not. It's not the end all be all of it. It's not. They're still co-authors of a book. The book still exists. It's still for sale. And they still can schedule another book signing. Period. No harm, no foul. This was a deploy in attempts to make Melody look bad. Period. And that's it. And that's all I got to say about that. All the other stuff was kind of inconsequential to the episode. The only thing that I really want to talk about and, give my opinion on was the book signing. And yes, it is a manipulation tactic that Martell was using. And if you're not familiar with it, maybe you should familiarize yourself with how narcissists behave and the manipulation tactics that are used. And also the other tactic of trying to play the victim and make themselves look better in the eyes of whomever the onlookers are. Read up on it, okay? Classic, it's textbook, and that's just the end of that, okay? So now we're going to get into episode 4. Oh no, there was the Christmas party as well, and that's what we're leading to when we get to the Christmas party. Mel did this whole Christmas party and she invited Keke, which is Tisha's cousin. She did not invite Tisha and Destiny because at the reunion she overheard them talking. Venting. I could see if she heard someone say something that was a lie, something that was untrue, but she said, oh, she said she a Scorpio. Well, aren't you a Scorpio? Okay. Well, anyway, I digress. Melody was totally wrong in that situation, what she did with the thing. And Kimmi also took notice and she was like, well, if you didn't want to invite Tisha, then why is the conversation about her and she's not here to defend herself? And I was like, correct. And then also too, Marsau and Maurice got into this whole thing about they need an apology about this picture. Next. So into this episode, and we have Tiffany coming over to meet Mel after the Christmas party, and she's talking to her, and she was saying, she thought it was beautiful. It was great that, Mel, she was all happy about the pictures. Oh, wasn't it great? I'm glad you had a good time. High five. All of this. And then Tiffany starts to say that Stormy, she was coming in a little hot, So, Tiffany, she picked it up. And Stormy doesn't really have a reason to come at Tiffany hot. It seems the same way Tiffany was in season 3. She saw the show. She knew the information and she came in armed with the information, and it took the other people off their square. Like, you don't know me. How you coming at me like that? You know what I'm saying? So the shoe was on the other foot. Stormy's coming in hot. Mel is sitting up here. She was like, well, everybody doesn't have to be friends. And while that is true, I just feel like just the same way she played Destiny. Destiny said the same thing about Tiffany. Here we go again. Melody with this producer hat. She's going to have people in here to come on with the ish. She wants somebody to come with the shits. And Tiffany was the person last season, and Stormy is the person this season. Okay, so that's basically where we're at. Mel just saying, you know, everybody just has to be cordial. You know what I'm saying? We can just agree to disagree. We're just here to do a show. Basically, that's what it sounded like what she was saying to me. We here to do a show. Everybody ain't gotta be BFFs, you know, hi bye. It is what it is, right? But then, since I think because Tiffany did not get the answer that she wanted from Mel, she started to go on to this little tirade about her going to the book signing and the kids weren't there. And then it sounded like she was Team Martell when she was recanting the story and asking her about it and what was going on. And Melody was like, no. I had this going on. It was at an inopportune time. Sorry that happened, but I'm establishing clear boundaries, and I expect those boundaries to be adhered to. Period. And so, you know, she was all caping for Martell, talking about it's 3 sides to a story, his side, your side, and the truth. She was like, then Mel said, my side is the truth. I was like, girl, shut up. No, we ain't doing that. Your side is your truth, not the truth. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. Ma'am, Mel. Okay, so because of Tiffany's stance with Martell, so Melody feels when Tiffany opened up about her ex-husband, they were talking about this whole divorce and splitting up of the family, and now her ex-husband is deceased now, but she reveals that she wanted a man with resources. She wanted a different lifestyle. She was tired of scratching and surviving good times, but she did say that, you know, he was loving, he was caring, he was, you know, sweet or whatever, but that wasn't enough for her. So then Mel gets her ass up there and talking about, so you just was like deuces, even though he was like the love of your life and you wanted money. You was like, bump that. You wanted something else and you just left him and you just broke his heart. I said, Mel, are y'all friends? Or you think because she came at your neck about Martell in this situation with the book signing, you get to come back at her like that? I see you, man. Wow, so he was your soulmate? And you broke his heart. Tiffany, that's not your friend, boo. Mel is full of shit, y'all. For some reason, I believe Tiffany tried to share that story to give Mel some foresight. For some reason, she felt like Martell was upset that Mel wasn't there and Mel and the kids weren't there. And I think she offered that to be vulnerable to talk about him. And because they weren't together, but he loved unconditionally. And I think she was trying to draw some kind of parallel. I don't know. I don't understand why she would, you know, divulge that type of information unless she was trying to tie it into the story to get Mel to feel some type of way. But this is apples and oranges. You know, we're not talking about we wanted somebody to have more resources. Mel was providing the resources. He was a serial cheater. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, apples and oranges. So I don't even really understand why she gave that information. I understand why Mel did what she did, because that's what Mel does. It's the Scorpio, baby. Yeah. So Tiffany's point, she said all of that to say you have to go through a growth process to get to the other side. And I think, like I said, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze anybody, but that's what I got. Like, I felt like she was trying to tie it in to try to help Mel kind of empathize, but you know, you don't you know, the reasons were totally different. Martell disrespected that woman on a wholly different level than what Tiffany did. And her growth is a little different than her growth. You know what I'm saying? It's just apples and oranges. Sidebar, we get to Kimmi and Tisha. They're getting together. After the reunion, there was a comment. Carlos said, Kimmi, if you guys weren't family, would you and Tisha be friends? Is Tisha a type of person that you would be friends with? Kimmi said no. Tisha was hurt. And she was like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. And so Kimmi invited Tisha over to explain the comment, her answer to the question, because it was a random question that didn't really pertain to their relationship because they're family. And so when you're family, sometimes you really can't like escape, you know, the relationship as family. But friends, you can kind of pick and choose who your friends will be, and you can draw boundaries with your family as well. But I think she wanted to clear the air because she did know that Tisha was hurt by it. However, Karma, I just want to say Kimmi looked great in this confessional. I say all that to say that. Okay, so basically, Tisha accepted her apology. She understood where she was coming from. She was just like, she doesn't want to fight with anybody. She doesn't want to be that person. She's like the first person to say, let's just move on. Let's get over it, whatever. And, you know, except for family, of course. And so then, you know, they squashed that or whatever. So she asked her about the honeymoon trip. And she was like, you know, it's just wonderful. We had a great time. She's like, I can't even work now because I want to go back. She was like, you know, I'm so glad that Jesus blessed me with Maurice. And she's saying that, you know, they don't have to do much. They're kindred spirits. We don't have to have this long itinerary of what to do and all this other stuff. They just go enjoy each other's company, you know, do all of the things that they like to do. They just enjoy themselves or whatever. And then next thing you know, they was like, yeah. And then Kimmi says she wants to, you know, us all to go like a group trip or whatever. So we'll see that part later on down in the season, towards the end of the season. And so Kimmi also brought up the Christmas party at Mel's house. And the reason why she brought it up, because she said she was surprised that you weren't invited. And also that Keke was invited, that Keke was there. And so Tisha was like, oh, I didn't know. And so, yeah, so she's going to go and tell her. So, yeah, so they came across with the conversation, and basically Kimmi was like, you need to talk to Keke, and Tisha agreed. So now we see Maurice walk into Blaque. Marsau is in there, I guess, teaching, mentoring someone who is at the bar about like flambe or the flame with the drink or something like that. And so he's doing all of that. They come in, of course, he says something about he liked the picture on the gram, you know, because Marsau, just like a woman, girl, he be on the social medias, okay? He's all up in there. He's all up and through there, okay? I'm still trying to figure out how, after 3 years, y'all just going on a honeymoon, child. I'm still just trying to figure this out. So, okay. So anyway, Marsau asked about the honeymoon. He said that it was great. It was wonderful. Kimmi is a different person. When we go on vacation, she got that popping. And he was like, TMI, I don't want to know about my sister-in-law. I had to fight her off me. Lewis walks in. Hey. Lewis came up in that joint. Shout out to Color Me Pink. Hey came in there trying on something. I'm about to confront Marsau on the situation about speaking on his marriage and how he came at him at the reunion. He said he met with Martell, and he thought it was a good idea to kind of like sit down with him or whatever. We'll see by the end of this scene. Woo, child. Marsau got that nigga together real fast. He was like, who the hell do you think you are talking about my marriage? So basically, the conversation goes like this. You know what happened at the reunion? They came down really, really hard because they watched the show and they saw in the confessionals what Lou and Tiff was saying about their marriage. Also, he mentioned that shot too, talking about it's a good thing I ain't had that shot. Marsau said, go ahead and get your shot. You got something to get off your chest, go ahead. Make sure you get the shot first. I was like, come on, Marsau. Marsau got his ass together. Now, you know what I don't like about it? Like, I understand where he's coming from. And like I said, you know, I'm a lady. I'm going to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a commentary, and all commentary is alleged. You see down there, right? All commentary is alleged. However, we're on a TV show. I'm here to give my opinion about whatever is discussed and whatever is seen on this show. So anyway, he does have the right to be there. He is on the show just like everybody else. Marsau and so many other men hate to be held accountable for anything that they do, right, wrong, or indifferent. And that is just all I see. It sounds like a man is calling out the F shit in his marriage, trying to bring it to his attention, and him, like most men, it's always some, not all, but it's mainly most men do not like to be held accountable. And that's why why our culture is the way it is, because nobody wants to be held accountable for bad behavior. Nobody wants to be held accountable for bad behavior. And although Marsau has some really good points, man to man, he kind of argued it fine. You know what I'm saying? That's how men do. And like I said, that's why the good men can't say nothing to the bad men, because that is the energy that they bring to each other. That's why I say, ladies, stay out of it. Paint your nails, sip your tea, and stay out of men's business. Okay? At the end of the day, they have to hold each other accountable. And, you know, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't. And with a person like Marsau, you're not going to be able to hold him accountable. And he backed Louis' ass up off him. That's all I do know. What they saw on television. Well, what the fuck is on television? What are you talking about? He's a damn lie. Talking about he do take advice. You can give me advice. I gotta earn my way in. You ain't gotta earn your way in. Your way in is being on the show, Louis. Now Maurice is tag teaming Louis. Maurice, just let him handle his own shit. Shit, after they fucking tag team him, he was like, all right, I get it. Is that an apology? As a man, I can give you an apology. So now Maurice is trying to get Marsau to apologize. He told him he has a problem with apologizing. That's because he never thinks he's wrong. Maurice said that Marsau used to be a little bit more kind-hearted, and he doesn't know if it's the money, but he's very prideful and his heart has hardened. Marsau seems like he's always been an asshole. Sorry. Then he apologized for coming too hard at him. Is it okay for me to talk to you about this? I guess. Is that how the men's do it? All right. You got to ask for permission to speak your piece to a man. Okay, so Monica and Martell, having a meeting. Martell walks in there. Well, I'm so proud to have Melnika be my manager to get my life on course, and we're looking at some of the things, the ebooks and the book covers, and we're going to be discussing all the things, and I'm just glad she's here in my corner because she's seen me from a high school kid to a grown man and all of that. So they want to change the book cover because he was topless with an apron on for the cookbook. And, Martell got a lot of things going on for him. And basically, his expertise seems to be, I'm a reality star. I have to sell my name, my brand. I have to cash in and jump on the opportunity of me being in the limelight right now. So I'm gonna strike while the iron is hot. I work out. We can do a kids book. We could do a cookbook because I'm into fitness and I'm into, so all of these things like calendars, all of this e-commerce stuff. There's no real focus. There's no real career. This is just, I'm making money off my name while I can do it. That is basically the strategy and the go plan. There's no real career with this. This is just striking while the iron is hot, taking advantage of my name being in the media, my face being on TV, and all of these things. Yeah.
Let's make sure that whatever week I got the kids, whatever week we do this, make sure I have the kids. Yeah. At the end of the day, I can't control.
Better luck next time. Melnika, I hope you're not being messy. I hope you're not being messy trying to have this whole thing take place, this tasting take place in Atlanta, because that is where Melody roots are, and that's where she goes to conduct most of her business in Atlanta. And so I'm hoping that we're not trying to be messy. Okay. She says she's trying to do this thing, and she's saying that the people in Huntsville know him. And so the feedback may be disingenuous, and it won't be true because they're just trying to kiss your ass or something like that. So we're on the go to another state and maybe get some celebrities and do all this other stuff, and don't be on the bullshit. So he was saying that he want his aunties, his mother, and all this other stuff to come to the thing. He also want his friends, the Scott brothers, to come, Marsau and Maurice. And she was just like, listen, skirt, skirt, skirt. Now make sure they on the up and up with this bullshit, because I don't need no more trying to fix nobody's mess. He said, oh, what you talking about with the picture and stuff? That was just like a hee hee ha ha. She was like this, if it's a hee hee ha ha, put it in a group text, not on Beyonce's internet, where I got to come and clean up the mess, because I'm trying to work hard and getting your brand and your name straight. And then I don't have time to keep coming back with this foolishness, cleaning up foolishness on you and your buddy's behalf. That's what we're not going to do. Period.
uh, uh, I really did get beat up by social media and everybody who didn't know me. They just was they almost made me forget who I was. I didn't even know who I was.
You forgot who you were? Why don't you roll the tape? There it is.
And he was like, "Well, I'm so glad that I got friends like Melnika and other friends and family that know me for who I am."
Which is a piece of shit. They know too. They're just being disingenuous. Help me turn my life around. She asked him, is there anything that you must have there at the wine thing? And he was like, some beautiful women. Some beautiful women. Okay. The wine is for the women. Can linebackers come? It's for linebackers too. Well, they're in Atlanta. That's where the linebackers. Was that right? Okay, so Stormy is at a restaurant. Tiffany has been invited by Stormy because Stormy says that she wants to kind of apologize and try to get back on a good foot with Miss Tiffany, right? Okay, so there's that. She come in and we're talking about this whole pajama party, right? She's saying that so Tiffany is just kind of confused because she came in hot. Like I said, right? She came in hot. And actually the conversation is not even worth all of this trying to talk about because it's like a nothing burger to me. What it feels like to me is that Stormy doesn't like Tiffany.
This song is for you. I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
She doesn't like her based off of what she saw last season. Not anything that she did to her in particular, but what she seen of last season. I guess she didn't like the way she came at Kimmi. I don't think she liked how she was received by, just everybody, right? So she just got some kind of wild hair up her ass for Tiffany. And so she said, I want to try to get past the ignorant comment that you made. And I was like, oh. And so I guess the ignorant comment that she made was at the pajama party saying that, it was silly for the thing to even be mentioned, some situation to be even mentioned, because it's just like bringing up something that you were 12 years old. What she was saying is that it was so long ago, it doesn't even make a difference. It doesn't even matter. It's not even relevant. You know what I'm saying? So basically that's what she was saying. But it came off wrong. It was taken wrong. It hit wrong. She threw the rock. The rock hit. And Stormy is not letting her hide her hand. So she blamed it on the alcohol. She's saying that she want to get to know her. She apologized. If you're a friend of Mel's, I consider you a friend of me. She said that she's misunderstood. And basically she is womp, 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 womp. Stormy like already clocked out. Is that shade? So then they started talking about being a mother. She was like, it's pregnancy brain. Why I kind of zoned out on you. I'm like, okay, you're not pregnant no more. So that is like, what? But anyway, so then they start talking about babies. Then she's talking about IVF and having endometriosis, and she doesn't want to be pregnant again. She almost died and all this stuff. IVF. That's what I said. You sitting up there almost giving your life to give a man, a child, a legacy, when most times the man legacy need to end with him. Half the time they don't even deserve it. I'm just being honest. That's when women are here to say your legacy ends with you. You are not deserving of a legacy, not birthed through me in my womb. You gotta weed out the girl. No, only if they're deserving. Don't be sitting up there just be having any old willy-nilly man baby. What, girl? What? No, ma'am. They say every time a woman gives birth, that's the closest that she comes to death. Please take that shit more seriously, y'all. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, they went on and they was just babbling about some shit. Fast forward, I'm over it. And Tiffany's favorite job in life is being a mother. Girl, good on you. Somebody got to do it. So Tiffany is like, we've sharing all this information. She was like, are we good now? She was like, And she's like, well, we're trying. She's like, no, but I thought we were. She's like, we're getting to know each other. She's like, oh, hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no whatever. So now we get to this meeting with Tisha, and she's meeting up with Keke at Blaque. Now, the first thing she does when she goes into Blaque is run into Jalen. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't like the way the Scots treat Jalen. Tequila? When y'all trying to talk? Tread lightly. She says she's just letting her know, woman to woman, that's not okay to be talking about me. Okay, so apparently there's something going on 4 to 5 years ago that Tisha and Marsau told Mel and Martell about something about Keke and her situation, which we do not know nothing about because she's saying it's her personal business. And so she's pretty much saying that, you know, you shouldn't have told her that. So since you are telling our business, then I don't understand, like, where do you have a leg to stand on about telling, you know, me saying anything about you, because you've done the same thing to me. And so with that, she was like, well, we already went through this a long time ago. I told you what was said. I apologized or whatever. First, she was trying to deny it. Then she was saying, well, I did say something, but she said she felt like it was her responsibility because, you know, Mel and Martell knows Keke through her. So she felt like it was her responsibility to tell her something. Now, let me tell y'all what I heard from the streets. I heard it was bed bugs. So if Mel and Martell are entertaining Keke, she's trying to let you know that she has a situation, and you may or may not want to allow her to come over to your house because she has bed bugs. You know what I'm saying? So that's all commentary is alleged. That's what I heard in Beyonce's internet. Okay. So don't know how true that is. But when you think about what's being said and how it's being depicted, it does sound like that could be. So now she was like, you know, I thought we were in a better place than that. I didn't understand why we're going back and forth. This was 4 or 5 years ago. What is going on? She was like this, how about, you know, since I don't want to go back and forth, how about we just cut ties? And Keke was like, if that's what you want to do. She was like, well, we ain't going nowhere. We not going forward. And I'm not going to keep on going backwards. And so she gets up, jumps up, storms off or whatever. She goes outside the club. She runs outside her own club instead of Keke getting her ass up going. She left out. And now she's saying that Melody lied to her about how she relayed the information back to her. So she calls Kimmi and she's shaking. She's upset about what happened with Keke. So then she was talking to Kimmi and she was like, well, that's how you left it? I said, y'all said we was gonna cut ties or whatever. She said, no, I thought y'all was in a better place. Then Keke comes walking out of the club and she was like, oh, well, here come Keke now. And she's like, now who the hell you talking to me about too? I said, okay, come on, Keke. And then it's to be continued. So that was the episode. And next on Love and Marriage Huntsville, let's see this. So on the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, we have Martell trying to buy back into Scout. You know, that is their company with the Scots and the Holtz, Scout. And like I said earlier, I just said it. I said he's being opportunistic, taking advantage of his name, his brand, being on television, being famous, you know, a celebrity, if you will, or famous to an extent, but it's not a career. Not a career doesn't make. However, he's still not getting his builder's license. And when they were scoped, I'm sure Melody was in on the deal. That's how Martell was able to do and practice the business that he was practicing through Melody. And so him and Melody is not a part of that no more. Now he's asking to buy back into it. And so Tisha says she doesn't trust Martell and she doesn't know if she can, which is fair. So then we see Mel and Destiny having a conversation about some kind of text message or whatever. Destiny is like, she didn't say that about something like, you know, Mel's going over. She was like, I'm not faking a text message thread. Destiny is like, I never would have said that. And she was like, look, I'm not doing all that. And that was it. So you guys, let me know what you thought about the episode. You know, I love me some Love and Marriage Huntsville. You let me know what you felt about the situation. Are you team Tisha or team Keke? Are you yeah, I think that's the biggest conflict, right? And then are you team Tiffany or team Stormy? And bitch, Stormy, how dare you make me try to like Tiffany? Because I do not. And I'm not feeling you either. So let's put both of you guys in the bag. And I ain't feeling either. I didn't even want to talk about y'all little segment. So there's that. And were you team Lewis or team Scott brothers? And didn't Marsau get, hey, didn't he get his ass together? That shit was funny as hell. And what do you feel about men and accountability? Can your homeboy come to you, or can another guy come to you and try to correct your bad behavior? Or just try to come to you man to man, be like, you know, jive foul. Flag on the play. Bro code, y'all can't do that? Your brothers can't hold you accountable? You can't be your brother's keeper? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to know what you think. Also, too, yeah, that's about it. So anyway, make sure you join me back next week. I might go live to do the whole Love and Marriage Huntsville, but you gotta let me know if that's what you want. I hope you enjoyed the review. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Nita, your favorite diva. Make sure you come back, and remember, all commentary is alleged. See you later. Bye.